In this video, I will introduce PowerPoint. When you open PowerPoint, you will get a variety of different themes that you can choose for your PowerPoint presentation. The ones that you use most often will show up at the top, and then there'll be other common ones. If you don't like any of those, you can choose one of these categories up here and search amongst them. When I choose a theme, if there are color variations, they'll be shown to me here, and I can pick the color variation that I prefer and choose Create. And then I'm usually presented with a title slide and nothing more. If when I get into PowerPoint, I decide that I don't like the theme that I chose, or I don't like the color variant that I chose, I can go to the Design tab and look at the themes again and choose a different theme, and you can see how when I mouse over them it shows me an example of them. Or if all I wanted to do was change the color variant of my current theme, the variants are shown right here and I can mouse over those. But I am satisfied with my blue color variant, so I'll go back to the Home tab. To add text, I do exactly what the PowerPoint slide tells me. I click and I can type text here, or I can click here and add a subtitle here. I can always move these if I want them to be in a different place by hovering over them when they're highlighted. When I get the crosshairs, I can drag them, and I can change the size of them if I want them to be a different size by grabbing the corner and dragging it. So if I'd prefer for my title to be there in the middle like that, I can just drag it there. Also, just like in Word, if I don't like the font that it's given me, I can go on the Home tab to the fonts and choose a different font and resize my placeholder to accommodate the font. I can change the font size. I can change the font color. And I have all the different controls that I'm accustomed to from Word. I can center or right or left justify my text. I can make it bold. I can make it bold, italics, or underlined, just like I could in Word. Sometimes you'll be on a slide where you want to add a picture, but there is no picture placeholder. Like, for example, the title slides almost never have a picture placeholder. If you want to insert a picture where there's no picture placeholder, you can go over to Insert and insert either a picture from your computer or an online picture, just like you would in Word. And you can resize it and put it wherever you want on your PowerPoint slide. When you're ready to go on to the next slide, you can either go here and choose New Slide, and you are presented with a selection of layouts, ones with 2 places for you to put content, ones for you to compare content, ones for you specifically to put in pictures or a various number of columns, or you can just choose a blank one. Another way to add a new slide is to right-click here and choose New Slide. Or if you like the layout of this slide and you want to use it again, you can click on it and choose Duplicate Slide. I'm going to go ahead and add a to-content slide. To move between slides, I just click on the one that I want to work on. Again, I can add a title and add text, more text, more text. As often as I click, it'll keep adding more bullets. Over here for this one, if I want to, I can choose any of these options. For now, I'll go ahead and choose to put in a picture, which will take me to my pictures and let me add one. So that's a picture placeholder. If I decide for some reason that I don't like that layout, it doesn't do everything that I need it to do, I can go back to this section and use this drop down to pick a different layout option. For example, I could do that, move that over there, and then click there to add a title. So you can change your layout on the fly if you want to. One of the options that I like the most is to add a blank slide. If I add a blank slide, it will add a slide that still matches my theme, but I can go to Insert and add my own text boxes. So I can control my layout however I want to. So that gives me more control. One of the common things to do in between slides is to put in a transition. To do that, you go to the Transitions tab, and you're presented with these different choices of transitions. If you click on one, you get a preview of what the transition looks like. And you can tell that a slide has a transition because it has this asterisk next to it. To add another transition, you click on this slide and you choose the transition that you want to add. And I can see that there are transitions on all three slides because all three slides have asterisks. In order to preview what my presentation would look like, I can either go to the View tab and choose Reading View, and then use the space bar to proceed through the slides until I reach the end. Then I hit the Escape button to go back to my slide presentation. Or I can go to the status bar down here and choose the slideshow mode. And it does the same thing. I use the space bar to proceed through the slides until I get to the end, and I use Escape to go back to my editing mode. When I'm satisfied with my slideshow and I want to print it, if I go to Print, I have the option of printing full-page slides, but a better option for handouts is the 3 slides view. It'll show you 3 slides per page, and it gives you a place to take notes. So it saves paper and gives the person you're giving these handouts to a nice place to take notes. If you don't care about the notes, you can put 4 slides on a page or as many as 9 slides on a page. That is a big paper saver when you're having to print out large presentations.